There are things that are impossible to the Lord when Matthew clearly tells you nothing, for surely nothing is impossible to the Lord. So if you have high levels of anxiety, that's a problem. But you're supposed to have a little bit of anxiety because it makes you perform better. It keeps you on the edge. All right? And you need to be on that edge dealing with Babylon the Great, man. Because Babylon is strong, man. Babylon will break you down, man. Babylon's main weight is to destroy you spiritually and mentally. The body thing with ailments and all that, you know, with this and sticks and stones, man. You can get hurt physically, whatever, you heal. Babylon can break your mind, man, and break your soul, and break your spirit. There are things that are impossible to the Lord when Matthew clearly tells you nothing, for surely nothing is impossible to the Lord. So if you have high levels of anxiety, that's a problem. But you're supposed to have a little bit of anxiety because it makes you perform better. It keeps you on the edge. All right? And you need to be on that edge dealing with Babylon the Great, man. Because Babylon is strong, man. Babylon will break you down, man. Babylon's main weight is to destroy you spiritually and mentally. The body thing with ailments and all that, you know, with this and sticks and stones, man. You can get hurt physically, whatever, you heal. Babylon can break your mind, man, and break your soul, and break your spirit.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Call Holayim La, Al-Banawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Bahashim, Rekat Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Akim out there on the highways and the byways. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Salutations to you speckled birds, you Israelite foreigners. And shalom to the Akwaf, sitting and listening in silence as the scriptures say to do so. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what you see the true worshipers, the true believers of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah doing, man. Okay, because we're literally suffering this captivity of wickedness, perverseness, okay, evil, corruption, usury, vexation, everything that's contrary and against the structure and guidelines of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, man. And we also recognize and understand and know that this is part of the judgment and punishment that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has brought upon our people. You know, also referring to Hosea chapter 5 verse 15, that the Lord is going to cover and go his way, leave us astray until we acknowledge our offense and seek him early. You know, roughly paraphrasing that precept. And that's what the predestinated Lot has done and has committed ourselves to do. Okay? So we are literally attempting to, you know, cry out to Yahweh Hashem or Salaki. We are. Let me check myself real quick. We are crying out to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah because, you know, that song of the three holy children, chapter 1, verse 9, the Lord has handed us over to the most wicked, evil, perverse nation among the world that is, again, against the Lord and is just completely dreadful and diabolical, man. You know, and also like Yahweh Shah stated, if the days are not shortened, no flesh shall be saved, man. Because this place is literally set up for you to decay slowly and suffer grievously every single second of the day, man. So you're literally being tormented with the structure, the guidelines, the format of this place. You know, you're literally being tormented day and day, night and night, every single second of the time that you wake up each and every day, man. You know, because you know you're propped up to be a slave. You're propped up to literally work to make, you know, the elites rich, and to literally have no success in life, man. Let's continue to grab some more precepts, because it's gonna be a short one out of one Ratazar. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Could have grabbed a lot of precepts, but I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. And I don't want to rock this eyes edifying, man. You know, this is this type of spirit that we in, man. We want the kingdom, man. You know, we want to be able to eat real food, drink real water, breathe real air. Okay, have our nation, our children, our women, our you know, the men in our nation, everybody, you know, conducting themselves in an upright manner. Okay, according to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Now that's not talking about physically departing, because the Lord can judge you and get you wherever you go, first and foremost. That's talking about mentally and spiritually disconnecting and rejecting and not indulging and partaking in the customs, the philosophies, the characteristics and traits of this life. Because again, this captivity literally is leading you to be destroyed, leading you to your demise, you know, embracing you to be rebellious, disobedient to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, to stay indulging and overwhelmed in sin, and also to have delight in it, man. Okay, so Micah 2 verse 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. Okay, it's polluted. The food, which is not food, is chemicals. The air we breathe has toxics. It's toxic. It's polluted. Okay, you know, the family structure is completely upside down. Okay, you know, you have liberation with the women. You know, it's uplifted to be a whore, a slut, a harlot. You know, that's considered as something as normal in this society, man. Okay, again, the taxation, which is the usury, that's just completely, you know, diabolical, man. You know, you get your check and your check is gone, and you know, basically your pockets have holes, man. You know, that Haggai chapter 1 verse 6, man. Because in this captivity we're subject to payments, man. You got to pay for what? You got to pay for the things that the Lord gave us freely. Fruit, vegetables grow out of the earth that was given to us freely. Water. Okay, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, you know, they got some type of tax on just breathing air, and that may sound irrational and unbelievable, but come on, man, who are we dealing with, man? We're dealing with the most greediest, covetous, selfish nation on the planet, man. They want everything, and it's going to get to the point they're going to want your soul. They're going to want to know what you're thinking, how you move, what you do, what you spend your money on, etc., man. They want complete control over you. Okay, so this place is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction, because again, like I stated prior, you're decaying away. You're literally being tormented every single day on that hamster wheel, doing the same thing, going to work, going home, eating, taking a shower or a bath, going to sleep, waking up, doing it all over again. You know, it's insanity, man. Okay, and you know, we are literally praying for these days to be shortened and for these prophecies to be elevated, man. We are literally praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to see our redemption, our salvation, and see the downfall of our enemies, man. Okay, so let's grab another precept, and after that, we're going to grab one more to close out. You know, because this is just a reminder, you know, first and foremost to myself, but also for us, man. You know, we're praying for the right things, man, for the Lord to destroy this place, man. Because, you know, we're the ones begging and pleading, sending up supplications, curses for judgment to be brought forth, for the kingdom to be established, you know. And we understand and know that we have to go through a great, tremendous trial and tribulation, the furnace of adversity, you know, when all hell's going to break loose. It's going to be a time that has never been before, you know, but we pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai to mentally and spiritually prepare us for those things that he's going to bring forth upon the earth, man. Okay, so this is 2nd Esdras chapter 2 verse 13. Go and ye shall receive, pray for few days unto you, And that's what we do, man. Because again, this place will literally torture you. You're literally decaying away every single second of the day, man. Okay, there's nothing here in Babylon the Great, in the world in general, but death. That's the only thing you have waiting for you if the Lord has not activated and awoken you to this truth. If you're an Israelite. And furthermore, if you're of the predestinated lot that's being established and formulated and risen, and that third temple being made right now before your eyes, man. Okay? 2nd Esdras chapter 2 verse 13. Go and ye shall receive, pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. So we are praying, and furthermore, these days are going by quick. Okay, these days are going by very swiftly and quickly, man. Thawada Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. Because, the Lord, Yahweh Shai stated, if the days shall not be shortened, no flesh shall be saved. Because this man is bonkers, man. He's a psychopath. It's getting to the point where Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is putting the spirit in this devil just to resort to that blessing, that carnal blessing of the sword, man. Because these devils are really done talking, man. They're really done talking, and they're dying to try out, these new forms of weaponry they made on Babylonian citizens, man. Okay, Esau got a lot of stuff that he wants to test run, as they say. Okay, but we pray to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And as a matter of fact, let's close out here because the point is made. I don't want to rot desires, edifying, uplifting, and informative to you, true sincere beloved Aki and Akwaf. That's what we're supposed to do. Stating through various precepts is to comfort you, to build up your spirit, to build up your faith, your hope, your trust, your belief. To make sure you stay on fire, man. I'm going to go to a prayer that David said in the book of Psalms, chapter 30. It's 12 precepts, but I want to get straight to the point. I could read the whole chapter. In my Bible, it's stated as, Salakia. In my Bible, it's stated as, bear with me. In my Bible, the subtitle is David praises the Most High for his deliverance. And this is the same thing we're going to do, man. So, this is a perfect precept to close out on in this epistle. So this is the book of Psalms chapter 30. And I'm going to start off at verse 5. For his anger endureth but for a moment, in his favor is life. So the Lord's anger was only with us for a moment, even though it seemed like a long time, man. Okay, and yes, the Lord is angry with the 2/3, but the Lord, is showing favor, mercy, consideration, sympathy, love to the remnant, which we hope and pray to be. Continuing on. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. So we weeping right now. We're sending up supplications, crying out to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, asking the Lord when, begging him to bring forth the prophecies quickly and expeditiously, man. To take us out of this hellhole, this nightmare, and to bring us home, man. We're praying for that, but we understand that this production, this movie, these events are going to occur in the Lord's time. And that's why we have humility and understanding and know that the Lord got us at the end of the day. Continuing on, Psalms 30 verse 6. And in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved. So we believe this, man. We're not going to be moved. I don't want to Ratazah from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And we're not going to be moved from the mindset that the Lord has educated us with. Which is the correct, as they say, brainwash, because our brain has been washed from the filth, the contamination, the pollution of this world, man. And now it has been indoctrinated with the guidelines, the instructions, the blueprint, the uprightness, the pure words, and order from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for us to conduct ourselves in the ways that Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai intended us to do so. Okay? Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by thy favor thou hast made my mountain to stand strong. Thou didst hide thy face, and I was troubled. And you know, that was for a moment when the Lord hid his face from all of us. You know, we were stressed. We were seeking answers. And we got them. The Lord, you know, he answered us. He prepped us to that point where he actually awoken us, but he prepped us to go to that certain point to be able to be activated, awoken. Okay? It's a process. All right? So, you know, we were troubled and worried about who we were, why we were here, what is the Heavenly Father's name and his Son, and amongst other things. Okay? Verse 8. I cried to thee, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and unto Yahweh I made supplication. And we do that every man. These lessons is crying out to the Lord. Us praying is basically begging and pleading and crying out to the Lord. Us sending up curses is begging and praying and crying out to the Lord. It's all a reminder to say to our Father, this is what you said. You know, and it's not nothing unrighteous or bad for us to do those things. It's just a reminder to say, man, this is what you said, Father. You said you're going to do this. We're waiting. The Lord knows and he hears our cries, man. Okay, the Lord got us, man. You know, this place, man, look, man, I don't want to rock this out. We are part of the elect, man. And we receive it because at the end of the day, Lord willing, if we are part of the first resurrection and we make it and we look back, man, we're not going to regret a damn thing. We're going to understand why the Lord did what he did and how he did it. The process, the time, everything. But in these carnal, weak, corruptible bodies, you know, you continuously have your flesh trying to overcome your spirit. Okay? Verse 9. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and have mercy upon me. The Lord be thou my helper. And that's what the Lord is showing. He's showing that mercy upon us. And he's daggone sure showing that he's our helper. Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. He's showing it every single day, man. You woke up knowing the names. You woke up still knowing the truth. You woke up in the mind that he gave you and cleansed you with. Being sanctified and purified by the word, man. Daily. Okay? Verse 11. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. So we're mourning right now, but very soon in the very near future, we're going to be dancing. We're going to be excited. We're going to be rejoicing. We're going to have comfort. We're finally going to be able to relax, to have safety, to have peace, to be able to enjoy our children, to be able to actually pair bond with a woman, to be able to actually experience true sex, to experience drinking real water, eating real food, breathing real air. All the things that we cannot enjoy now, we're going to be able to enjoy those things. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness. Okay, because, you know, Lord willing, if we receive that salvation, man, hey, look, man, I don't care how tough you are, whatever the case may be, if the Lord save you when all hell break loose, hey, man, you're going to cry, man. You're going to feel, you know, very thankful. And it's not to say you weak. And I'm talking to you brothers. It's not to say you weak. It's to say that you sincere and you understand, man. Okay? Verse 12, last precept. To the end. Okay? To the end that my glory may sing praise to thee and not be silent. Okay? Singing that song of Moses, man. Okay? That Revelation chapter, I believe, chapter 15, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And not be silent, O Yahweh my power, I will give thanks unto thee forever. And that's what we're going to do, man. So we're mourning right now. This place is torture. It's hell. It's everything we don't want it to be, man. Okay, and we understand the process, why we have to go through what we go through, and that's why we patiently suffer this hellhole, this nightmare, and we hope and pray that Yahweh Shem Yahushai continues to have mercy and favor upon us, and we have a seat and a crown coming in the very near future. Okay? So I don't want to rock the Zah. I hope and I pray that this was edifying, uplifting, and informative to the truth sincere Aki and Akwaf. So with that, I'm just going to say, Shalom.